Welcome back to Judo Highlights. Nagayama, he is our 2025 World Champion at under 60 kgs. So we'll go through and have a look at all of his contests. And here, well, it didn't start off well for Nagayama. He ends up getting thrown for Wazari in his first contest within the first 20 or so seconds. Now Yusuf, he's a great judoka. This could have been a final. So Nagayama really had to overcome some adversity in this first contest. Yusuf obviously not being seeded and just being placed randomly in Nagayama's pool. Now Yusuf, he ended up making some mistakes, dropping down a lot. You can see the Shido on the board now. Reverse Seoinage attempts by Nagayama. So that's a tool he's brung back recently. So just a minute 30 left on the clock, still just one Shido. But here comes the second one for Yusuf for dropping down. And you can see Nagayama putting on the pressure, and again a really bad drop by Yusuf. And this is the third Shido. So Yusuf, he really could have caused a major upset here. Nagayama, I mean, he did the best that he could. He didn't throw him, but he did play the Shido game well and walked away with the win. Now things got better after that for Nagayama. Ended up attacking, getting some good scores, and you're going to see a really nice Ochigari. But first, just a look at Nagayama's family. I think that's his wife and maybe his mother behind him. So here is the Ochigari. Poltoratsky in blue, he's going to look for the Taniatoshi. Goes for the switch. And then Nagayama beautifully just meets it with an Ochigari. So that's some really nice stuff from Nagayama. Just a Yuko, but that score there, enough to win the contest. He ends up just playing the clock very well. Nice Uchimata attempt here. I thought he might get a score, but Poltoratsky did a good job defending that. And Nagayama burning the clock. So the quarterfinal, he was up against Shamsin. This was a good one. A lot of back and forth in this one. Now you see Nagayama take the sleeve and looking for the Sode. Good entry, but doesn't quite get it. And then after this attack from Shamsin, Nagayama gets a second Shido, which kind of puts on the pressure. Really have to just kind of open up and start attacking here. And instead of Nagayama kind of putting on the pressure, Shamsin, he comes in with a throw and ends up getting a U-call for this. So Nagayama really under the pump now. 1 minute 30 left on the clock. He's got his grips though. Looking for that Uchimata. Good defense from Shamsin. And now Nagayama, the Tomoe-nage attempts, doesn't quite get it. A bit of lift. So I think that's a decent attack, but Shamsin attacks in the newaza. And he's playing the clock, playing the game very well here. And Nagayama stands up, and Shamsin still just jumps all over him. So this is very good work from Shamsin. Up a score, minute left on the clock. Nagayama with 2 Shidos. And you can see Shamsin looking confident as he comes out here, but Nagayama, and we all know he can do this, massive throws. I was kind of surprised this wasn't an Ippon. They just give it a Wazari. But I guess from this angle, the shoulders not completely on the mat, but it does put him ahead of that Yuko score from Shamsin. And then he comes forward and really looks for it. And that was a good Haraigoshi attempt there by Nagayama. And defending well. 16 seconds left on the clock. Uchimata, sorry. 14 seconds left to go now. And Nagayama, I mean, this was a little bit dangerous to be doing at the edge of the mat like that with 2 Shidos. And he does have to be careful here, because if he does it again, the ref defends well to the last second. So a tight contest here in the quarterfinal. And in the semi-final, he's up against Austo from Brazil. Not the most exciting contest. Good defense from both guys. And the only difference between them was a little bit of tewaza here from Nagayama. See here, just using the hands to control. And based on the new scores, that's definitely a Yuko. Putting in some good attacks here. And doesn't really have to worry about the shidos at this point. So just a Yuko score in the semi-final. And then he moves on to the final. And have a look at the finals, guys. They've got this new kind of walkout that they do with the flag and the judoka's name. And they kind of come down here. It's pretty cool. So Nagayama comes out and he definitely looks focused. Sometimes he kind of falls under the pressure, and I think that close contest that he almost lost at the beginning, I mean, that just kind of shook him up a little bit. And he really came out here and played a good game against Picard. Picard's still very young, and so I think just on the feet, Nagayama was just more experienced, more technical. But there were some dangers here. On the ground, Picard very good in the newaza. And Picard, he's got a gas tank as well. He really puts a pace on people. Nice watch. Nima, by the way. Nice watch. And you'll see what I mean in this sequence here. Picard really starts to just pick up the pace. Gripping, going in for an attack. And he doesn't stop. He gets up and goes again. It's one of the great things about Picard. He just keeps going. He's always looking for little sweeps. So at this point, I was a little bit concerned, but then we saw this Uchimata here from Nagayama. It was kind of clear that Nagayama could just kind of ride the storm, just deal with anything Picard had to offer him, and just wait for his moment and find the opportunities. So here was one of them. Beautiful. Sore surikomi goshi. Just enough for a wazari, but Picard just jumps on top, looking for the newaza again. And with 40 seconds left on the clock, another exchange, and Nagayama does get another throw. And I think that was classic Nagayama. Looking for that uranage, we didn't see it. He did kind of show it a little bit here. And then the beautiful seoi-nage to finish. So well done, Nagayama, definitely his best performance ever. First time he's become world champion. So congratulations to him, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.